Hello, you are watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan. Here are your latest news headlines from around the world. On Monday, the 8th of February, the Vatican press office released the itinerary for Pope Francis's first journey abroad in 15 months. The Holy Father is to visit Iraq from the 5th to the 8th of March. This will be the very first time that a Supreme Pontiff has visited the country. Upon arrival in the country's capital, Baghdad, on Friday the 5th of March, Pope Francis is to be welcomed by Iraqi Prime Minister Mustafa Al-Kadhimi. Later on that same day, he will visit the President of Iraq, Barham Salih, and greet civil and diplomatic representatives. Pope Francis will then address bishops, priests, religious, seminarians and catechists at the Syro-Catholic Cathedral of Our Lady of Salvation in Baghdad. The next day, the Holy Father will travel to the city of Najaf and pay a visit to Shia leader, the Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Ali al-Husaymi al-Sistani. He will also address an interreligious meeting. On March the 7th, Pope Francis will visit the cities of Erbil and Mosul. In Erbil, the Holy Father will be welcomed by the President of the Autonomous Region of Kurdistan. On Sunday, Pope Francis will recite his Angelus and address the Karakosh community from the Church of the Immaculate Conception. After celebrating Holy Mass, the Holy Father will return to Baghdad to conclude his visit. The President of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of England and Wales, Cardinal Vincent has warned about the increase in human trafficking during the Covid-19 pandemic. Speaking at the relaunch of the Bakita Centre for Research on Slavery, Exploitation and Abuse at St Mary's University, Cardinal Nichols described human trafficking as wounds in the body of humanity and wounds in the body of Christ. He addressed the need for a research institute capable of bringing different disciplines together in order to work against human trafficking. The Cardinal said, quote, "The spread of poverty and instability is being utilised by the international criminal networks pushing forward modern slavery. Levels of basic hunger are widespread, people living without a basic income, millions left jobless, all lead to a profound vulnerability open to the most terrible exploitation." The Cardinal praised the Catholic insight of the University in using the pursuit of excellence in service of humanity, focusing on those on the margins of society. Originally established in 2015, the Relaunch Centre aims to be a flagship research base into anti-slavery and human trafficking policy in the United Kingdom and internationally. Life is not a commodity on sale. That is the name of a new campaign against human trafficking launched by the Clamor Network, which is made up of individuals from the Church in Latin America and the Caribbean. The new campaign was launched on Sunday, February the 7th by the General Secretary of the Episcopal Conference of Latin America, or Shalom, Archbishop Jorge Eduardo Lozano. The campaign aims to, quote, "report when human life is turned into an object that is priced and offered in the market. An economy without human trafficking" was the theme of the 7th International Day of Prayer and Awareness Against Human Trafficking, which was observed on February the 8th, the feast day of St. Josephine Bakita. The pro-democracy activist and Hong Kong media tycoon Jimmy Lai has been denied bail. He had been charged with collusion with foreign forces under Hong Kong's national security law. The 73-year-old Catholic has often criticised China's communist regime. His newspaper Apple Daily is also known for its strong criticism of both the Beijing and Hong Kong governments. Mr. Lai was arrested last August and was taken into custody on December the 3rd. According to the prosecution, Lai allegedly called for foreign intervention. He was granted bail on December 23rd but was taken into custody for another hearing on December the 31st. His trial is scheduled for April. The national security law, which came into effect on June the 30th, 2020, criminalises any act of secession, subversion, terrorism and collusion with foreign or external forces. The US Conference of Catholic Bishops Subcommittee on Aid to the Church in Central and Eastern Europe will send this year's Ash Wednesday collection to support Catholic communities in Kyrgyzstan. Speaking on the initiative, Chairman of the Subcommittee on Aid to the Church in Central and Eastern Europe, Bishop Geoffrey Monforton said, "I encourage Catholics to prayerfully consider supporting this collection, as the projects aided by the generosity of the faithful here in the US will impact the lives of many." The USCCB, through its subcommittee, supports seminaries, pastoral centres and social service programmes in other countries. 48 US senators have sent a letter to US Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, saying that they will vote against the advancement of any legislation that would eliminate or weaken the Hyde Amendment or any current law pro-life protections. The Hyde Amendment bars the use of federal funds to pay for abortion in most circumstances. In the letter dated Friday, February the 5th, the senators wrote that the Hyde Amendment has enjoyed decades of bipartisan support, including from then-Senator Joe Biden, and has been signed into law by Democrat and Republican presidents alike. Quoting the 2021 Marist poll, which concluded that nearly 6 in 10 Americans, including more than a third of those who identify as pro-choice, oppose the use of taxpayer funds to pay for abortions. The senators said that the Hyde Amendment reflects the consensus of millions of pro-life Americans. Finally, a sister of the Daughters of Charity of St. Vincent de Paul has survived Covid-19 at the age of 116. Sister Andrei, whose birth name is Lucile Randon, is a French nun resident in Toulon in the south of the country. The sister is the oldest living person in Europe. She had tested positive for Covid-19 on January the 16th. Upon being asked about her recovery, Sister Andrei said that she was not scared of the disease because she was not scared to die. She stated, "I'm happy to be with you, but I would wish to be somewhere else, to join my big brother and my grandfather and my grandmother." Sister Andrei was baptised at the age of 26. She entered the Order of the Daughters of Charity of St. Vincent de Paul at the age of 41. She is to celebrate her 117th birthday on February the 11th. And those are your news headlines, though we will be back later on this week. But for now, Shalom.